Hey y'all, thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. I know why you're here. So I'm gonna fill my pot up with lukewarm water. I'm gonna fill it all the way to the top. I know I'm gonna need a lot of water for this. So I'm filling it all the way up with lukewarm water and I'm gonna put it on the stove and set it to about 7. So I'd say that's like medium high. While that's on the stove, I just want to show you guys where I got the hair from. It's called Atabang Extensions. It's in Atlanta, Georgia, and it is black owned. It's the first time that I've ever gotten any hair from them, but I did want to support. So I went in, I got 3 bundles of loose wave, 20 inches. This is how it looks before. I need the hair to be black, which is why I'm dyeing it to match my hair. So it doesn't really look like it, but it's definitely a brown, so I have to dye it. This is the dye that I will be using. It's about $5.99 at any local beauty supply store. I use this on my hair. I've used it on others' hair. It's a pretty standard black. It gives me what I'm looking for. So I'm going to do this to my bundles. So let's start mixing. I do this very often, like all the time. This is the conditioner. This is the cream stuff that you mix, and this is, I do this so often that I don't even read the directions anymore. So I just know that you're supposed to mix number 1 with number 2, shake it up, it gives you the dye, and you use number 3 as the conditioner. So I'm mixing it now. I don't usually read the directions. I know you're supposed to take the top off of the nozzle here before you shake it up. I usually don't, but for this, I suppose I'll do it. So you guys won't just think that I'm a menace. So shake it up really, really well. You gotta get all of that mixed together so that you won't have any problems when you're mixing it, especially if it's going to be in the water. It needs to be mixed very, very well. Now, as I mentioned, I do not read the directions, but something that I really love about these box dyes is that they come with gloves. You don't have to buy any. It's so convenient. So I'm definitely going to put these on so my hands or nails or whatever will not be dyed black. So the water is heating up. We do not want the water to get too hot because we do have to pour it into a bowl and we do not want the bowl to melt. So long as it's hot enough, I left it on here for about 10 minutes. I think it should be fine. This is a pretty big pot though, so we're going to take it off now. So this is my little ratchet bowl. One of my aunts left it here when we had a party, so I'm just going to use it. It's been burned before. Hopefully this does not burn it too much. I really sat and watched. It looked like it was moving, but I didn't know. But it didn't melt too bad, so poured the water in there, and now we're going to get the dye. Now that our water is hot and in the bowl, we can get our dye now. You can see that it has turned the black that we need. So I'm going to dump it inside of the water. I'm trying to get all of it in this bowl. As much dye as possible. I actually bought 3 boxes, but now that I'm doing this method, it's completely unnecessary. To get the rest of it out, I usually suck some water up and shake it up so that I can get all of it out. And I just kind of pour it back in there. And it usually does a pretty good job for the most part. So yeah, the bottle's pretty cleaned out. And from this point, I'm just going to stir the dye into the bowl. I'm going to stir it up until I can't see any more clunky parts, I guess. Clunky parts of the dye. I usually stir it and then pick a little bit up in the spoon to see the contents, see how it's actually looking, to make sure it's consistent throughout. So I'm just going to stir this up until all of it is the same. Okay, so now let's put our bundles into our now black dye water. I was so excited to put these in here. It may have just been me, but when I put them in, it really seemed like they started to turn black immediately. I don't know if it was just because they were wet or what, but I could see the change. I could see it happening. So I'm gonna put all of them in here, and I was pretty excited to see the wave as well. I didn't know how the loose wave would look wet, but I did like it. So I'm putting all 3 of the bundles in the water, and I'm gonna let them sit for about 25 minutes, and after that we'll take them out. Okay, our 25 minutes is up. They look very black to me. I was very excited to see that I could just do this in 25 minutes without having to spread them all out, get my dye brush, go over all of it. This was extremely helpful. I made sure to look at all of them to make sure that they all consistently looked black, and they did. So now we can wash it out. I've got them in the water now. I'm washing them out with cool water. I always wash them out with that. Note to everybody, do not shampoo your bundles. If you shampoo them, it's just gonna wash it all out. Only condition them. I know you see the dye coming out right now. That's normal. If you shampoo them, it's just gonna dry it out. Just don't do the shampoo, just do the conditioner. You can use whatever conditioner. I'm using the one that came because honestly I just don't feel like walking upstairs, so I'm gonna use this one. I'm just running it through all of the bundles. I'm gonna run it through each and every one of them. Probably let it sit for about 10 minutes, and after that I'm gonna wash it out. I use I would say a substantial amount on each bundle. I would suggest squeezing the water out of each bundle before putting the conditioner on. I forgot to do it to the second and third bundle, but I did it to the first one. It does make a significant difference when putting the conditioner on there. But I did let these sit for about 10 minutes when I put the conditioner on there, and after I just washed it out. And voila, look at my nice black bundles. Now I did comb these bundles out, so do not judge this coral pattern. I made sure to comb them and make them straight enough so you guys can see that they are indeed black all the way through. This was a success. I will definitely be doing this if I ever have to do this again, so I definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching, you guys.